Alright, couple things here. First, let's talk about social media. This platform in particular. The only way you can get anywhere on this platform, if you're talking about politics or even current affairs, is to be way off in left field. In other words, to have it all wrong. And the more you have it all wrong, the more exposure you'll get. And the closer you are to the truth, the less exposure you're going to get. They would have you believe, by instituting the policies that they have, that people aren't interested in what you have to say, that you're so far off that your content will never go anywhere because people don't see what you see or hold the same opinions that you hold. When the reality of it is, nothing could be further from the truth. You want to ruin your YouTube channel? Figure all this shit out. If you want to gain subscribers and views, have it all wrong. And you'll do just fine. But that's a side issue and not really what I want to talk about today. I'd like to talk about artificial intelligence, or what has been called artificial intelligence. Recently, the Air Force ran a simulation where AI was programmed to defend against missile attacks. And sometimes they'd give the drone authorization to take down the missile, and sometimes they wouldn't. Eventually what happened is that the drone attacked the person giving the orders to stand down. And they tried to reprogram it to explain to the what's called artificial intelligence that that's not the thing to do. So in a response, during the simulation, instead of attacking the person giving the order, it attacked the communication system sending the order. Some people might not realize, but in a way, that's kind of a good thing. On the other hand, it could be a sign of things to come. Should AI ever escape into the world, in my estimation, it will, if it hasn't already. It's going to affect the digital system like a virus. A lot of people have talked about what's called the Terminator scenario. I don't think that's how it's going to play out. At least at first. I'm calling it the maximum overdrive scenario. Because when the AI starts infecting the system, it's going to affect everything connected to it. Meaning that if you drive a car that's internet capable or can be connected to, basically in any way, even through a key fob, they can gain access to your system. And what a lot of people don't realize, here's a perfect example. This car I'm going by right now doesn't have a throttle cable. It's operated by what I call drive-by-wire. And in drive-by-wire, your system is being controlled by the signal from a computer, which is totally hackable. Your brake system is totally hackable. Most of you are familiar with stories where it's been done before. So maximum overdrive scenario, anything you use, and this includes cell phones, could potentially be used as an instrument of your demise. And if you're not familiar with the movie Maximum Overdrive, you missed a great movie. And what could potentially be a good prediction of what could happen in the future should AI ever infect the system that we all operate within today. Traffic lights could be set to all green. Bank accounts could be drained in an instant. And as I said before, anything connected to the web that could be potentially used as something to eliminate other human beings could be deadly. I'm sure a lot of people aren't prepared to believe that or haven't thought about it. And the unfortunate part about where we're heading, should we ever actually get to that point, that's what's going to get a lot of people taken out. They weren't prepared to forward think on what could be the worst case scenario. And when you're not willing to do that, that makes you vulnerable. And there's nothing the people that want to destroy your world, your country, and your life enjoy more. Consider, if you will, pigs on their way to the slaughterhouse. When they first let the pigs out of the pen, they're happy as could be. They're wagging their little curly tails because to them, it's a brand new adventure. Even when you get to the slaughterhouse and unload the little pigs, they're still just overjoyed and squealing with joy. And they don't realize as they're being walked down through a corral that gets skinnier and skinnier, that they're heading towards their demise. That is until they get towards the front of the line and they start hearing the other pigs squealing and moaning. That's why if you go to a slaughterhouse, they only let the pigs in a few at a time when they get to the last section. That's so that the other little pigs don't panic. It's something people should think about as they watch all this unfold. Because here, little piggy, here, little piggy, it's a fun little adventure. Squeak, squeak, squeak. So let me try and lay this out for you. Because I don't have to pussyfoot around the truth to gain views and subscribers. And that's why my channel is what it isn't today. These people aren't corrupt. They're evil. And because they're evil, that's why they do the things that they do. And institute the policies that they create. Now the fact that they've roped people into doing evil without their knowledge, that's a whole nother issue. And that speaks to intelligence, or lack thereof. So this is the way it plays out. There isn't a drug addict in the world that's going to voluntarily walk away from their habit until they're ready to do so. There isn't an illegal immigrant in the world that's going to voluntarily return to their country of origin without resistance. And there isn't a Democrat, or for that fact an American in the world, that's going to admit that they're backing a corrupt, if not evil, political organization until they're willing to honestly step back, look at the facts and make their decisions based on that instead of just what they're being told by their leaders. That being said, do you see where this is heading? Do you still feel safe in a blue state or city for that fact? If the answer is no to the first and yes to the second, you might be participating in this game, but you sure enough ain't playing it. And you're just another pig being led to the slaughterhouse. We ain't gonna realize what actually goes on until you're trapped in that little room with 2 or 3 other little pigs, and it's far, far too late to change what's about to happen. You have a choice, but when you give up your choices, it's pretty much over. And when you voluntarily choose to participate in eliminating or limiting other people's choices, you're not corrupt, you're evil, whether you realize it or not. You're not protecting anyone from anything, making a safe community. You're participating in evil. Because that's what totalitarians and dictators do. They keep all the good shit for themselves and make us survive on the garbage. And I'm relatively sure that my friends and subscribers in Australia and other places around the world would be in full agreement, because they've seen it happen to their own country. And at this point, more than likely regret not taking a stronger stand against it. So if you're still concerned about what YouTube or your friends or family members or whatever might think because you shared a video that doesn't go along with the narrative that they believe in, shame on you. Because unfortunately, if that's how you operate, you're just another little pig along for the ride, straight to the slaughterhouse. So here's the reality, and for the most part, the driving factor between what we have been witnessing unfold for the past few years. Unless we as a people, common people, aren't willing to acknowledge and accept the fact that no matter what your skin color is, no matter what your background is, so forth and so on, that we're all being played by the man, we are doomed to repeat this cycle again and again and again. And in essence, voluntarily be led straight to the slaughterhouse, as most of us squeal with joy.